That's the main brass right behind the eccentric.
As this flies back and forth, this goes like this. It's a ratchet crank that pumps oil through all the lubrication lines and to your various points. And like see right up here, it spits out oil in here.
Yeah. Okay.
Basic stuff like that.
Manganese.
Alloy driving wheels. They're tough. They're solid.
Do you know if they're cast or if they're forged?
I'm not sure.
Okay. It looks more cast than polished.
Yeah, these things are kept polished and clean because it's their
Oh,
trophy. Of course, it has 80-inch driving wheels.
Yep.
6 foot 8 inches. Of course, high power. It's Union Pacific went to the American Locomotive Company and said, "We want a locomotive that'll pull 26 cars at 90 miles an hour on flat track. Can you do it? We have designs. What do you think?" Alco got several different designs. Union Pacific got several different designs together, and they were very far apart on ideas. And after a while, they fought back and forth, and they got really action-packed about it. Finally, Union Pacific said, "Stop. This is the way we want to do it. If it doesn't work, it's our problem." And so Alco cooperated with them, built this, and it exceeded everyone's expectations. It blew everyone out of the water.
What's all the plastic there for?
Just covering it up. I don't know why it's there, just covering it up.
Oh, that used to be like asbestos coated,
Yeah, this was asbestos. Now it's
insulated steam pipe returns and stuff.
now what they use is fiberglass,
Yeah.
and they just have that covered up. I don't mind. This entire locomotive is on one frame. It's all one piece from front to back.
Wow.
One piece cast steel, and so these engines are a little bit rougher riding because of that. At 50 miles an hour, this thing will dig out every little jolt, every little thing on the railroad. It's just, you're up there in the cab and you're being thrown around. Especially at high height. This right here. This is called
Why is it offset? Is that for caster adjustment or something to balance that assembly?
this right here, this whole piece.
This offset from here.
That's a brass, that's a grease fitting.
Okay.
Every 100 or 150 miles, you have to stop, and with Alamite grease, you have to pump grease through these fittings.
Okay.
In between here.
I'm used to a lot smaller grease fitting.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
and so.
Is that made out of beeswax and graphite and stuff like that? That Alamite grease?
I'm not sure. It's a hardened grease, of course. I'm not sure what
Okay.
kind it is exactly.
Oh wow, it is thick.
And to gauge how much the engine is lubricated, you do not stop greasing until a nice fat roll of grease comes out.
Do you know if they put like with a high use?
Okay.
Do you know if
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's in it. It is Alamite grease. It is used not on these engines. It's used everywhere.
Okay.
We use it at the museum. So, and I'm not quite sure how much it is, but these engines do not have roller bearings. They're brass. Brass bushings. Yep. Wow. And they perform well. They're more trouble than they're worth when they experimented with one locomotive between the cab and the tank separation. Okay. So it's all one separate unit, one separate piece. And this is
what do you the tin? You said where the frame is. That's where you throw the fire.
yeah, it's over here. Let's look over here. What keeps them together? And the oil, of course, comes through here through those. And is sprayed up into the firebox, which is this right here. This whole big piece. And of course, when oil goes in there, it doesn't catch fire automatically. It will just plop in there. So it has to be atomized.
Yeah.
So there's atomizer, which is steam that blows the oil and sprays it out into a nice fan. And that gets a nice fire between 1800 and 2000 degrees, which heats up everything. And on a good day, at full power, this thing will pump out 6,000 horsepower, 5 or 6,000 horsepower. Yeah, and keep consumes heat in.
So the bolts just add strength, or what's on the other side of the bolt?
On the other side is, of course, where the water goes, where the pressure goes.
Okay.
And that's where the steam keeps on going. And the water itself is fed through a 3-stage pipe pump. Seawater pump. But bunch of coils around the smokestack. And up there, it's like over 1,000 pounds. So the water boils like that. And the water comes down here. Let's come over here. It comes to this. It's a piston pump, and it slams the water into the boiler because it has to fight that 300 pounds pressure to get the water in there. And this is used when you're on the road, when you're moving. When you're stopped, you have an injector, which just puts water. It's just, you're resting, you just use that because with this feed water pump, it's a continuous flow of water from the previous day.
Okay.
So what you do is you have to do what's called a blowdown, and it opens up a valve which just opens up the boiler. Steam comes shooting out this under the cab. Steam sprays out and gets rid of all the gunk and all the stuff.
A layer of the grease on top of that to keep from rusting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, and it just gets dirty. These things get filthy.
Oh yeah.
Crazy color. All the tubes. Yeah, they're all out. They're being replaced.
Now, right there in this section in the middle, there's a section here that we're missing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Okay. Yeah, could you just cut out? Something like that. Of course, the front smoke box
Oh, we can spin around so it's not
inside.
dripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks better that way.
Yeah. More aerodynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Aerodynamics makes it more smooth. Then of course the bell is air operated. No one pulls the rope. You turn a valve and it goes.
Okay.
And there's a light there under the numbers. And there's another light on the other side called class light. Big boy over there. That means the front of the train is in the red. Or don't come.
I'm sure to
Okay.
I was losing my balance with my camera in the air.
I think we could walk up and see inside the cab. Oil indicator that does stuff on the inside of pistons. It oils stuff inside for Steve. And I believe now the reason why these are covered up is so if you get anything in these last bearings, so you can
Which means they got it open.
so they gotta keep everything closed so nothing can get in there. You can see there's the boiler jacketing, you can see in there, and that's the insulation.
How many stay bolts are there?
I'm not sure. Hundreds. Yeah, let's count.
Yeah.
Let's do the math.
Yeah.
Pull that open in here. The blue flag is covering where the brakes are down there. Sorry, those little red knobs are the headlight knobs. The whistle usually comes right down and it's a red handle. Rinse on it like that. The water does. The fireman can tell how much water is in the boiler. When you're a fireman, that's your number one priority. Because if they run out of water, the metal plating over the firebox will get hot and melt. When all that steam hits that fire, boiler explosion. Everyone in the immediate vicinity is gone.
Yeah.
Point it down. You got to keep that water up.
I don't really know. I don't think it went dry.
You're gonna try and make it
Somehow.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make it all just like the 844 over there.
30 years without doing much work on the firebox. So some of it's just wear and tear. When you do things up and pull it down and bring it up and pull it down, it just, a little buckle, even if
And it's going to get a firing valve just like the E44 had. It's going to be a whole different deal than what it is now. Tender's going to get an oil bunker instead of a coal bunker.
So there's all kinds of things on here to keep that from happening. Where they have little winterizing lines where you'll have the water line and there's a steam line going into it. So if you were going to sit for a while, you open that steam up, the steam just condenses in the water and heats it up. Keeps it from freezing.
So one thing I've always wondered, looking at old film strips and other companies now today, all in the 50s. Except maybe cast drugs or something.
Pretty much, they couldn't cast them.
Just look back to your coal level.
Didn't have a big hole over there.
If you need access to the
Where
hopper.
you've got two courses of the boiler.
Yeah, right here.
One fits inside the other. And you have those
Yeah.
rivets, up there. They're like inch and a half, and they've got 2 3/4 inch heads. So the machine, they had a big machine that looked like that. In the train magazine, it shows a picture of some tools on the side of it. And
You could have ordered this through Sears or anybody, Monkey Wards or anybody, and the owner of this train, did you see the big yellow train out here, the diesels? He runs those. So he likes diesels.
They're going up.
He runs the modern diesel?
Yeah, he runs the E9s out here. Those are the ones from 1949, I think. But he runs that heritage set.
This is awesome.
Yeah, he's done Alco, American Locomotive Company, built this engine right here.
This engine was built in late
44.
44.
And then 41 for the big boys.
Okay.
You know how diesel works? It's actually an electric engine. The diesel motor just runs the generator. And it's the electricity that makes it run. If you, oh yeah.
Can you make it go in here?
this one's basically
Well,
this connector.